All right, folks, last week's news was a little thin, but we still found some good stuff. However, during the week, we ate a lot of carbs, a lot of carbohydrates, and as a result, this week's Amiga news is extra thick. Let's freaking do it. The Amiga news for the week of September 14th, 2025. Let's freaking go, baby.
Amiga news with Amiga Bill.
The way we start off this news section is with 3 follow-up stories. So I love to circle back with news stories and check on their progress. It was either last week or the week before we talked about the Framethrower. The Framethrower will allow you to get Amiga RGB to the HDMI when you're using your Pistorm. And as a result, and it's coming along. There's a rad video that Claude Schwartz just put up of it in action. This is for the OCS, ECS Amigas. Let's check out the video that he's got. This is the first video of the Pistorm Framethrower OCS, ECS in action on an Amiga 500 with Pistorm Classic on a Pi 3. Just poured over to my test firmware to the new Framethrower PCB. So far, everything looks good. I hope I can make the public release very soon. I know a lot of folks, Neil from Indie Retro News, a lot of folks are super excited for the Framethrower, especially if you got a Pistorm on your Amiga 500. Boom, here it is. We go over to the Twitter X and let's check out the video. Let's go to the videotape, folks. There it is, full screen that sucker. Boom. It looks good, right? That's some good quality. Turrican, baby, let's go. Let's check out the Amiga RGB over the HDMI. It looks good. Oh yeah, it looks good. Nice work. This is awesome. I need to get a Pistorm so badly. Especially now if you can do Amiga RGB over it, that's rad over the HDMI, super rad. It looks really good. And very fast too. Yeah, super fast. It looks good. A little sysinfo. We know it's fast, but that's rad. It's super rad. Now we can get some Amiga RGB over the, look at them switch back and forth there, over the HDMI. Super cool. So great job to Claude Schwartz. That, I tell you what, that Framethrower is super exciting and it's making me want to get a Pistorm for my Amiga 500 very, very bad. So that's rad. Great job to Claude. I'll throw a link to the Twitter X so you guys can watch the video on your own time into the chat. I don't know about the latency. It's a good question, Comatron. I don't know. Good question, my man. Now, another follow-up to a news story. I love the new Outrun. The Outrun AGA for the Amiga by Reassembler is amazing. I was playing Outrun at the Up Down Arcade in St. Louis, Missouri on Friday night. Circling back, and I was like, when I played it, I was like, holy crap, this is just like the new Amiga version. He did such a good job. And I thought this video was really, really cool. Reassembler himself made a video all about how he made Outrun. It's called The Making of Outrun. And if it's 30 minutes long, almost 30 minutes long, and it's super, super cool. He goes deep. There he is. There he is. Let's turn him up. Let's see what he's talking about.
Amiga 1200 from the early 90s. To my surprise, it still worked, and this really set in place a series of events which led to me porting Outrun to the Amiga hardware.
There's a link to the Making of Outrun video by Reassembler. Reassembler, thanks for your hard work. Outrun's so good. I want to play it again. It's one of those games I want to keep playing on all the streams. It's absolutely fantastic. Now, here's another interesting one about a piece of hardware. We talked about this several months ago, the AmiGUS, which stands for Great Unbelievable Sound, is now available to the general public. It's a 24-bit sound card for big boxed Amigas, designed and engineered by Oliver Action. It's sold by Alinea Computers. Oliver emailed me and said, this is my man's box. AmiGUS is finally released to the public. You can find the repository here. I've opened the design under a CC license for everyone to build. Alinea Computer in Germany is also manufacturing the card under my license. They're currently taking new pre-orders and will also sell cards at the Amiga 40 fair. So they sold out like immediately. So they're making new cards, which is amazing. I'll also be present with my own stand to demonstrate the card and to take the opportunity to meet interesting people who share the same hobbies as myself. So Alinea Computers will be selling them at Amiga 40 Germany, and Oliver himself will be there as well. I can't wait. Now check this out. We're going to talk about the detail. Let's talk about the detail right now. Like, what is the AmiGUS? Let's pretend you forgot the news, from a few months ago. Welcome to the AmiGUS. AmiGUS is a modern, high-quality sound card for the Amiga. It was designed to provide the right combination of accelerated hardware and software features to bring the full multimedia experience to all Amiga users. By supporting established frameworks such as AHI and MHI, we ensure that the card is compatible to a wide range of already existing applications. In addition, the card's true power lies in its highly sophisticated wavetable engine, which provides a powerful feature upgrade to Paula, supporting 32 true hardware voices using 32 megabytes of sampled memory. The good news is that in order to use these features, you don't need a fast CPU. AmiGUS can be used on all Amigas with the free Zorro slot, since all the computational heavy lifting is performed by the hardware accelerated functions on the card itself. And as we're at it right now, you can own an AmiGUS 2, either by buying it from one of our supported retailers, or you can just download the card's design files provided and build one on your own. So this is rad, super high quality audio, 32 channel wavetable engine with 8 and 16-bit sample support, 192 kilohertz at 24-bit mixing rate. That's crazy. That is just an awesome piece of gear right there. I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to hear it at Amiga 40. But check it out. If the AmiGUS availability isn't exciting enough, freaking Oliver is on fire, and he's also announcing a new piece of hardware. And he will be showing this at Amiga 40 as well. My next project is the P-Vision PCMCIA graphics card. That's right. There'll be a graphics card for every Amiga with a PCMCIA slot. I've attached a photo for reference. How cool is that, dude? Pop that pop that card into your PCMCIA port, and boom, you got some HDMI. How rad is that? The PCMCIA HDMI out, that is freaking rad. Oliver is on fire. This is big freaking news. Any Amiga with a PCMCIA slot, super rad. Yo, Oliver, thank you so much for sharing this awesome news with us. This is like breaking news. It's super rad. And thanks for all your hard work with the AmiGUS. I can't wait to hear it. He also told me AmiGUS is already sold out, but there'll be a new batch. It's always hard to estimate the demand for such products, but so far it seems the AmiGUS is gaining momentum now. There's already native support for Hippo Player and Eagle Player, which makes use of the 32 hardware voices. And in the next months, we also want to support MIDI via CAMD library. Anyone who wants to adapt their software will find the full source code of the AHI and MHI driver on GitHub and a programming documentation describing the hardware registers. Super rad stuff. So we got the AmiGUS from Oliver, and we have P-Vision coming soon to an Amiga near you. I can't wait. This P-Vision card is super hot. That is awesome. Here is a link to the GitHub for the AmiGUS. You can see it in person at Amiga 40 Germany. I can't freaking wait. I am so freaking excited. Speaking of cool hardware items, I came across this one. The RPROM is a ROM emulator for 16-bit Amiga computers. The Amiga 500, 600, 2000, based on the RP2350B microcontroller. So this is rad. So you can get all different kickstarts and put it on this thing. And you can he also gives you a link to where you can have it built. The RPROM is a ROM emulator for 16-bit computers based on the RP2350B microcontroller. RPROM was designed in collaboration by Nicholas and Per Bengston. It's got 4 megabytes SPI flash memory. Each ROM image is 512K inside. Therefore, the 4 megabytes is divided into 8 slots of 512K each. The first slot is dedicated to store code and configuration data for the RP2350B. The 7 remaining slots are used to store ROM images. That is so cool. ROM images can be written to flash memory via USB or directly from the Amiga using a program called RPROM. This RPROM program is also used to switch which slot is the active slot. This repository contains the hardware, firmware, and software for RPROM. The design is intended to be easily understandable and hackable. Hack it up, baby! For example, the firmware is built from a single, roughly 300 line long source code file. And so check it out, like if you're like me and you don't have the ability to build one of these suckers on your own, he also gives you a link to where you can upload the schematics and have it built for you by JLC PCB. Very, very cool stuff. So man, we are getting so much cool stuff. I don't have a Kickstart ROM like Switch in mine. I'm just like use the same ROMs all the time. So this would be cool. This would be a really, really cool device. You know, fire up in your 1.3, your 2.04, your 3.1, your 3.2, your 3.14. You've got so many ROMs to boot from. That's so cool. Oh man, we're blazing through the Amiga news section. Just right before I started the stream, I found out from Matthew Lehman of Amiga Kit that AmiBrowser is now updated and available to download. So the file download functionality is now added. So AmiBrowser, super cool web browser for your A600GS, for your A1200NG, and now you can actually download the files. So before it was just a work in progress, it was a whip. So you could like go and surf. You can go to AmiNet and surf, and now you can actually download the files. So now it's very useful. So very, very cool stuff. I can't wait to update it. It's an automatic update on the 600GS and 1200NG. I can't wait to get my 1200NG, man. The 1200NG to me is even better than the A1200, but we'll see. I do need to wait and see exactly what the A1200 is, but the A1200NG, I'm digging it. I can't wait. It's super, super cool. So now we can download files. Download like a crazy man. Now this was rad. I saw this over on Reddit. I figured we'd get into some gaming now. We talked a lot about the hardware, and now we're talking about some gaming. We talked about a lot of remakes. After this news section is over, we are raffling off a copy of Project X Light Years while drinking Polish beer. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm trying to get through the news section because I want to drink the beer and give away a free copy of Project X Light Years. The game of the year on Steam, by the way. But you know, we talked about Project X Light Years, kind of like a remake of Project X. We talked about the Apidia. They're doing Apidia. And now it looks like there's a Xenon remake coming as well. Let's head over to the Reddit and see what this is all about. Xenon Remake dev video. Just edited this post to put a bit more background on this, so I've decided to try and remake Xenon by the Bitmap Brothers, one of my favorite games on the 16 bits. My remake sits somewhere between Xenon 1 and Xenon 2, using the graphic styling of both Xenon 1 background and Xenon 2 ship and a few bits in between. Most of the graphics have been totally remade and or enhanced from the originals. I'm not trying to do a retro remake. The levels are very different, the aspect ratio is different, it uses 32-bit colors and so on. It's more of a remaster, taking ideas from both games and rolling them into one. Very, very cool. If you look back on other videos on my YouTube channel, you'll see a few developmental leaps. I'm currently writing this from scratch, but I'm starting to hit the edges of what's possible, how big a project can be, so I might have to pivot over to Godot and start again, or just can the whole thing and do something different. Oh, we don't want to do that. We don't want to don't can it. Let's see what he's got going on here. Let's check out the video. Full screen that sucker. Does he have sound? Oh yeah.
More complicated than it needs to be. And
it looks good.
That sort of bunching that you see there, which I don't like.
I love the frame rate, and I love the smoothness of like the smoke and the animation. It looks really nice, Captain John. This is a good example of how to do a remake properly. Outrun AJ falls into that category as well. Yeah, so Xenon Remake dev video, very, very cool stuff. Speaking of work in progress videos, here's a follow-up to Echo Fighter. I can't wait to try this game. Another preview video of a shoot 'em up Echo Fighter. Pixel Plop shows the progress made recently. Among other things, 2 new enemy types and a boss enemy have been added, as well as an asteroid field level in which the player can either shoot the asteroids or dodge them. Let's see what Pixel Plop is up to. This game looks really rad. I can't wait for this one. It looks super rad. right? This is my kind of game. This is my kind of, the graphics are really cool and very, very unique. Now, you all know it wouldn't be an Amiga Bill news section without a trip over to Indie Retro News. Farmiga, a farming simulator for the Amiga by Tucanem. I remember reading about this. Oh, I just copied and pasted by accident. It gets a new download. Let's head over to Indie Retro News and see what's up. If you're looking for a peaceful life without blasting away waves of enemies or thinking how to solve that next puzzle to advance, then it may be worth checking out Tucanem's latest game called Farmiga, a game we have mentioned before while it's being developed as a farming simulator for the Amiga. A farming simulator, hilarious. To coincide with this news, Saberman has also done a new video showing the updated loading screen and so much more. Now, I tried to see if there was a downloadable whip. I couldn't find one. Here's what the developer says about the game. I can finally announce Farmiga with great pleasure, which I completed probably 4 years after its first lines of code was written in Amos. A physical version is currently being prepared and will be released in some time, so I'm posting the information here to get a preview section. I don't plan a digital full release on itch.io. Oh, there we go. That's the problem. That's the problem. The distributor of the digital and physical versions will be Commodore and Amiga Plus exclusive. Oh, it's like Commodore and Amiga Magazine. So it sounds like it's going to be like physical release only. You need an Amiga Kickstart 1, 2 or later, 1 mega chip or a half meg of chip plus 1 megabyte fast. You need a mouse, a joystick or keyboard, and a hard drive is welcome. The premiere will take place when the boxes are ready. There's no pre-order option. There will be information when the game is physically ready. Let's see what it's all about. How do you simulate farming? Farma. Remember Andrew Dice Clay? Farma.
Introducing Farmiga, the brand new game for the Commodore Amiga. A mix of simulation, economy, and a good dose of humor.
Little populist vibes there.
Farmiga, you take the role of a farmer. Your mission is to keep him alive and healthy, feed him, give him water, and take care of his well-being.
It's like little computer people for farmers.
You must expand your farm and produce goods to survive.
Don't kill the farmer. Keep your farmer alive. That's hilarious. Is a game to relax?
Visit the town, buy the right tools, and protect your fields. As your farm grows, you can buy animals. Trade is essential. Managing your economy wisely is the key to success.
It is nice to do something different. I agree, me life.
Can grow far beyond just fields and animals. Build a mill to grind wheat, a bakery to bake bread, a sugar factory, and even a secret moonshine distillery hidden in the outhouse.
In the outhouse.
Every building adds new production chains. The more you build, the more possibilities open up. To keep things exciting, Farmiga features several mini-games. Wild boars attack your fields. Shoot them before they destroy your crops.
Freaking boars.
Fox chases your chicken. Guide it through the maze to safety. Sometimes a nasty fly bothers your cow. Grab the swatter and protect her health. And if you own a fishing rod, head to the lake and try your luck at catching fish. Farmiga is a humorous farm life simulation created with love for the Amiga community.
Hey, you know what? I'm on board. Keep your farmer alive. Swat the flies away from your cows. Kill the fox. You don't want the foxes eating your $50 chickens. No way. No freaking way. Go to the outhouse. You might be, hey babe, I gotta poop. No, you go there, You sneak a little under the table, you know? You pick up the tank, your toilet bowl tank, pick up the cover of the tank, boom. In goes the hand, out comes the moonshine. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's a cool little game. I'm down with that. I wish there was a digital version available, but I guess you're gonna have to buy it. You're gonna have to get physical with the farmer. Well, you know, if shoot 'em ups aren't your thing, you may also like Mirror. It's an arcade puzzle game. We played Mirror like a while back, and now it's been updated. Let's see what it is. This is a super rad game. I downloaded it for to play later on. The Outrun Amiga Edition and the Gate weren't the only additions to the Amiga this month. We've just learned through Saberman that Zener has made available through itch.io an update to his previously released arcade puzzle game called Mirror from 2023. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a while back. It was back in 23 we played this game. It's a red pill puzzle game created that uses graphical artworks by Sandman and music by Estriac from Capsule. Originally presented at Capacitor Party 2017. Wow, that's a long time ago. This is a really, really fun game. It's a fun game. I know the music is good, and version 1.4 is now available over on the itch.io. It's like $2, and I can't wait to play it. Amiga Live says he thinks it's the best red pill game. Whoa, whoa. Oh man, that is a banger. Jiro, all I can say is boom to the music of Mirror. Oh, I even forgot. See, the thing is, when the music is that good, it says press fire to play. I'm never gonna press fire. I'm never even gonna press fire because the music's so good. Oh, now we got a new tune. It looks like the screen is split in half, a left side and a right side. And you have to get both robots out the door. Very cool. Amiga Live says press fire because the in-game music's even better. This is cool. Yo, 3D'ler. Sorry, thank you for gifting 5 subs to my community. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you, 3D'ler. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, 3D'ler. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now this is rad. US Championship Volleyball Amiga AGA conversion is in the works via JOTD with a new beta. Now, we talked about this game like a week or two ago, and now there is a new beta available from JOTD himself. Get out. Dude, I wore the right shirt for it today, folks. Look, I wore the right shirt for the beach volleyball. You know what I'm saying? I got the right shirt on. So there's a new beta available for US Championship Volleyball from JOTD. JOTD is the master of arcade to Amiga conversions. JOTD is full steam ahead with another Amiga development. He's working on a game called US Championship Volleyball. It's a 1988 beach volleyball sports game. And the update is remake of US Championship Volleyball for the Amiga, AGA, and ECS. 25 frames per second for ECS and AGA Amigas with 3 versions available. ECS, AGA 64 color, and AGA 28 colors. You need a hard drive, WC load, and some fast memory to run this game. JOTD reverse engineered the 68K transcode graphics conversion, sound conversion for the Amiga. And number 9 is doing the music, which is coming soon. Let's check this out. Yeah, we got the Hawaii theme going today. Yeah, no music yet. We just got sound effects. Hooah! This looks good. Get a little beach volleyball going. I love the monster trucks back there. Oh man, I love seeing the ocean, the sands. It's still nice and warm today in New York. We've still got some summer vibes going. I don't have my summertime sadness on yet, Lana Del Rey. I mean, I'm a little sad because summer's almost over, but this game will extend the summer for you. JOTD comes correct with the US Championship Volleyball. New whip from JOTD. And music coming soon. I can't wait for him to finish this one. JOTD is a master. Now, I just saw this right before the stream started over on Indie Retro News. Tetris 1200 AGA gets a 1.02 update. Now, I don't really know what the update is. We played this game in the past as well. JOTD, again, that's crazy, has released an update to the 1988 arcade version of Tetris for the Commodore Amiga 1200. In the words of the creator, a transcode of Atari Tetris arcade version for 68020 AGA Amigas. The music is kind of emulated, missing some drums and sound effects, but still really good. And he's updated it. While the game was released over a year ago, the newest 1.02 version is listed with the following changes. Sounds are less noisy and should be slightly faster due to optimizations. So not only is JOTD working on beach volleyball games, he's also working on Atari Tetris, making it even better. Let's see what he's got here, Saberman. Nice. This is the Tetris that you play in the arcade. JOTD is the GOAT. I agree. This is super rad. JOTD is on freaking fire. Last year there were like 60 games that came out for the Amiga. I think this year there'll probably be like 80, and like 40 of them will be JOTD games. Now this was funny, when I was over in Indie Retro News, this is not Amiga news, but it's super rad. Outrun PETSCII is looking rather spectacular on the Commodore 64. This is crazy. Jiro says, you want arcade games on the Amiga? No problem. Call JOTD and he will smash it. Boom. Exactly. We just found out through the Lemon 64 forums that Andy A.L. Kaz is working on a PETSCII edition of Outrun called Outrun PETSCII for the Commodore 64, a soon-to-be released variation of a classic game that's been designed in the PETSCII style, also known as CBM ASCII. Oh man, this is wild. So we got reassemblers, Outrun AGA for the Amiga, and now we're gonna get this PETSCII version. I gotta see this. This looks super rad. Oh man, PETSCII Outrun, get out of town. There we go. Lego Outrun. This looks amazing. This is incredible. The music is amazing. Listen to that SID chip. This is hot in this Coffee Cup arcade. Look at the lighting change. That went into like sunset mode now. ASCII does rock Life School. So rad. So freaking rad. Speaking of a Life School, he sent this over to me. Life School from lemonamiga.com. Exclamation mark lemon in the chat. Get your fresh squeezed lemon Amiga goodness. They've added 28 new games to the Lemon Amiga database. I'm a big fan of Lemon Amiga. Whenever I want to learn about a game, Lemon is the place where I go. They got the screenshots, possible download links, information, box art. It rules. This came from Life School. I'm happy to announce the release of 28 more games to the illustrious Lemon Amiga database. 90% of these games were added by the amazing PETSCII Lemon Amiga, who's watching right now in the chat. So huge thanks to him and Retrovirus for making this release possible. This batch includes Another World, The Lost Level by Iraq. I love that one. Quite a few missing games, but not much from this year's releases, unfortunately. Well, no worries, no worries. Here it is over here, 28 new games. We got Adventures of Big Willie. Woo! Charlie, I am gifted 5 subs to my community. Yo, Charlie, I am Adler. I don't know if that's, or Badler. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Thank you for the 5 subs, Charlie. Thank you, 3D Eller Badler. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much for the support, guys. I thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bum Bum. Bum Bum. Block Cannon, Another World, The Lost Level. Earl Weaver, Baseball Europe. I didn't even know they played baseball in Europe. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. There's a new icon pack available. It's called Infinite Icons. It's been on the market for almost 2 months now. It's already received 2 big updates with new icons and bug fixes. I've tested a new icon installer, icon switcher, and icon scaler, which are the revolutionary new features on version 1.1. This is for Amiga OS 4, by the way, folks. Everything works very smoothly, and changing different color option drawers is easy. Infinite Icons Theme Pack 1.1 is not an update, but almost a completely new product. It'll be released on Saturday, September 20th, 2025. The price of the product is €12.95. And for those who ordered the product earlier, have to pay, but don't worry, those who have ordered the product earlier will get a discount. Nice. They are cool looking icons. They also work with AmiKit, very cool. So if you're rocking your Amiga OS 4.1 on your X5000, I'm looking at you, Ghetto Finger Gaming, your A1222, and you want some hot icons for your Amiga OS 4, go check out this icon pack. Not bad, freaking €5 for some icons, rad, this is a good deal. Now I thought this was interesting. I just find these little articles I kind of find interesting. I don't know where I saw this one, but it's a cool blog. You know I love the Demoscene. This one's called "The Demoscene is Dying, but That's All Right." I thought it was just interesting. If you want, you know, when you go into your outhouse to get the moonshine in Farmiga, you know, there's no better place to read than in the outhouse. Maybe you want to read this little article. In his latest blog entry, Carl Svensson focuses on the scene, which is also threatened with extinction due to the aging of its members. Oh, guys, don't get too old. Don't get old and die. Demoscene was recently proclaimed UNESCO Living Cultural Heritage in Sweden, following several other European nations. As a senior, I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. It's amusing on some level. There's maybe even a bit of pride involved, but also fear that it might bring unwanted attention to a good thing, because good things are always at risk of spoiling when receiving too much attention. Then again, such worries are probably unfounded. Despite being a living cultural heritage, Demoscene is, all things considered, slowly approaching its demise. What he says in the article is like, when you look at all the Demoscene photos, you know, from back in the day, back in the 90s, it's all a bunch of young teenagers, young folks in their early 20s, hanging out, programming their computers, making their demos. And when you see a shot of a Demoscene these days, it's the same people. It's the same folks, but they're no longer in their teens and 20s. They're in their 40s and 50s and maybe even 60s. So he's worried. He's worried that the scene might die out when we die out. I mean, who knows? It's possible. But anyway, I thought it was an interesting article, and you can read more about it over here on datagub.se. It's a cool article. When you go to your outhouse to get your moonshine, you can read it. Also found this, Dave Plummer from Microsoft talks about Amiga multitasking. So Dave Plummer's got like a great YouTube channel, and he gives the Amiga a big shout out in his latest video. Let's check it out. Boom, we go like this. It starts around 4. Look at it, here we go. He talks about multitasking, how awesome the Amiga is.
The Apple II, the Commodore 64, and the early IBM PCs had no multitasking at all. You ran a program, and that program owned the machine. But then came a machine that changed everything, the Commodore Amiga. Released in 1985, the Amiga was a marvel. It had custom chips for audio, video, and DMA, and crucially, it ran AmigaDOS, a multitasking operating system based on a preemptive kernel called exec. It supported tasks, semaphores, message passing, and prioritized scheduling. You could drag Windows copy files and listen to mod music all simultaneously and just in 512K of RAM. As a former operating system developer myself, I still doff my cap to the elegance of exec, which was developed primarily by a fellow named Carl Sansarath. It was a microkernel before microkernels were even cool, with a modular message-based architecture that would influence systems for decades to come.
That was cool. It's always nice to see the Amiga get a nice little shout out. So I figured once we were talking about Dave Plummer, this also came up in my Westchester Amiga user group chat. Microsoft has open sourced 6502 BASIC, so that's pretty rad. Bringing BASIC back, Microsoft's 6502 BASIC is now open sourced. So I thought this was cool, you know, following up that YouTube article that Microsoft now open sourced BASIC the 6502 Basic. So that is super, super rad. The enduring appeal of the MOS 6502 CPU, reconstructing and preserving Microsoft Basic. This is cool stuff, man. I love that they did this. So that's on the Microsoft blog. There's also an article about it over on Tom's Hardware. Very, very, very cool stuff. And don't forget, folks, there are many jams happening in the Amiga community right now. We got Amiga Game Jam 2025, Return of the Arcade. Dude, JOTD should enter that one. It's such a good jam hosted by the amazing Amiga Cami. There's also a GoFundMe that she has set up for the prizes. I'll drop a link to the Amiga Game Jam in the chat, and of course, it'll be in the AmigaBill goodie bag as well as a link to the GoFundMe. We got the Amiga Tool Jam from Life School, who was in the news section earlier. Life School from lemonamiga.com is also running the Amiga Tool Jam. And let me tell you, there's some really cool tools coming out. There's some cool tools that are already in the jam. So I'm really looking forward to that one. And we got Phase 101's Vampire Demo Jam. The big winner, the big compo, will have its climax at Amiga 40 in Germany. So really, really, really cool stuff. Anyway, folks, the Amiga news was extra thick this week. What's your favorite news story? I don't know. There were so many good ones this week. Man, I feel like the P-Vision was really exciting. Farmiga was hilarious. Lots of great stuff. AmiGUS, lots of great stuff this week. Thank you all so much for watching. It's never been a better time to be in the Amiga community. The Amiga's alive and well in 25, 40 years young. Let's freaking go. Amiga rules, Amiga forever. Have a great week, everyone, and I will see you next week for another exciting Amiga news section. I can't even imagine what the news is going to be this week. Tune in next week to find out. Amiga forever.